Standing backflip, fingers crossed. And he nails it, finally. Only took about 20 off takes off of camera.
This is another one in my series of when RC car guys lose their minds. What do they build? Well, they take something like this fairly humble Redcat Landslide XTE, yours for about 300 bucks. So it's not a bad car, it takes 4S as standard. The ESC has had to go back to the factory because I got a little bit too much water in there when I was being a bit exuberant one day. And it was sat there on the side. It's been pouring down in the rain outside, not that I could go outside anywhere in the current conditions. And I happened to spot these Power Hobby tyres on the side that I had run on the car before. Now these are belted ones, absolutely excellent. They do not balloon at all, and with their 17mm hex, they fit on this car very easily indeed. And by the time you're watching this video,
Oh, you have to be kidding. Redcat, you've got a new self-righting mechanism to work on.
this Traxxas Rally will have an 8S power plant in it, which means the 6S power plant from the Traxxas Rally, which is actually a 6S Armour power plant, is about to find a new home in the Redcat Landslide XTE. So we'll see what's involved in fitting it, difficulties have along the way, and then we'll sit running at the end of this video with those tyres fitted to the car instead of the stock ones, because the stock ones with 6S would balloon like crazy. Does about 40 miles an hour, just over, on the stock 4S power plant. Anyway, without more ado, let's get to it.
You got Redcat.
Okay, well, with the body off, here's what I've got to work with. It's quite a flexible layout, yet it's sort of rigid at the same time, because you're not going to be able to fit one big 4S pack or one big 6S pack in there to power the car with the new power plant. You can't even run a single large 4S pack. The ESC goes in this space here, which has been removed so it can go off and have its warranty repair done on it. So I'm going to be faced with running two 3S packs. They're not going to be huge ones. You may be going to fit 3,000, maybe 4,000 milliamp ones in there. At a push, I think, but I really want to keep the stock battery trays in there. Don't want to play around with those. The first problem I've got is fitting that ESC in, because the Armour one is considerably larger than the stock one on there, and there's not any holes underneath where I can't make a plate at the minute, doesn't look like, where I could stand the ESC up and run it, because that'd be my ideal position. Build a little plate, run it up in the air like I've done with the Traxxas Rally. And the motor, ooh, yeah, will just about squeeze in there. Next thing being, I need to remove the stock motor to check that it's got a 5mm shaft, because the Armour one has got a 5mm shaft. It's not a problem if not, but I just might need to order a different pinion gear with a 5mm shaft if this motor hasn't got a 5mm shaft. So the first thing to do, take that motor out. There are 5 screws holding, or what appear to be holding it down, but you actually just need to release this middle one in order to remove the gearbox cover. As you can see, more than a little bit of water, but that rust is actually no more than superficial. But the great thing being is I can see that's a 5mm shaft in here. All I've got to do now is release these 2 screws to take the motor out. Okay, well, I showed the good with the bad. Got the motor back in place without any problem at all. However, turning the pinion round, it ain't touching the spur gear on there. That motor is probably about 8mm wider than this one is, which was the existing one in there, and it sits on a little bracket which you can't quite see underneath here. I think it's just pushing it up too much, so I'm going to have to take the motor back off, whip the bracket out. Okay, got the new motor in, set the mesh on the gear, put some grease on there as it was in need of some TLC. I've loosened the 3 screws holding this receiver tray down, and hold that it also acts as a servo bracket, because I'm going to have virtually no choice other than to cut through the tray on this side, remove that completely, and make up a little mounting plate to fit the Armour ESC just up in the air where I want. Now the next step, after I've got the motor in place, I've had to rework the bracket that does hold the servo down and the ESC down. So I'm simply going to trim along the back of this, leave myself a clear space in order that I can fit the Armour ESC in where the existing ESC was. Job done. Now I'm going to tidy this up, fit the servo back in place. Okay, swinging it around so we can get a better look at it from this side. Now I've just got to make up a bracket to go here in order to mount my ESC back on there, making sure that I've got enough room, which I have easily now, to fit my ESC back on there. But you're not always, when you're doing a job like this and you're custom making something for it, always make sure, for goodness sake, that the leads fit. So the idea there is we're going to simply mount the ESC up out the clear at the end of the battery tray, get it in the fresh air. We'll still sit nice and tight under the body. So back in a minute when I made the bracket up. Okay, well, I've got my ESC mounting place in place. This isn't something I'm going to be offering to people because the two spaces on this side are much higher than the ones on this side. It's not ideal. It does the job, but it's not something I would want to replicate and sell to people. But nonetheless, fingers crossed these days. Let me turn the power on. I've got a 4S pack squeezed on there as opposed to in there. You'll see what I mean about the size of the battery trays on there. Okay, ESC in, 4S pack on there. I said on there as opposed to in there because, as you will see, it's sitting on top of the battery tray as opposed to in it. So it's either going to need two small 2S packs or two small 3S packs on there to get the full 6S on here. But firing it up, a little bit stiff when I've been trying in practice. Steering's not bad. Okay, well, at this point everything seems to be in good working order. I've got the throttle setting on normal on here. You squeeze the throttle and goes into hard reverse. And you might think, well, blindly obvious, Rich, you might say, because the motor on the Redcat here is fitted the opposite way around to that it would be on an Armour. Simply switch the reverse over on the transmitter. The worst possible thing you could do. Yeah, sure. But anyway, let me take you outside, give you a practical demonstration as to why that is the worst possible thing you could do. Well, it is the worst thing you could do to simply reverse the throttle on the transmitter for one very good reason. Let's give it full throttle and see. Well, is it me? Or does that seem a tad under power? That's for a very good reason, because it is, as will be demonstrated when I give it full throttle in reverse. Wheeling in reverse. Basically, what has happened is I've simply reversed the throttle on there. But this Armour ESC is set up, gives 100% of power when it's going forwards, 50% in reverse. However, because the motor is on the wrong way around to where it conventionally sits, what I'm now getting is 50% of the power going forwards, 100% in reverse. So I need to alter, so if anybody else is doing this, you need to alter the settings on the ESC to switch it from forwards motion on the motor to reverse motion. That will then give us 100% power going forwards, 50% reverse. And so let me do that right now, and then let's bring it back outside and test it. First on 4S, then on 6S. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my throttle setting on the transmitter back to normal. Next I'm going to change the ESC setting so the motor is effectively in reverse as opposed to normal direction on it. That will give me 100% of the power going forwards, 50% in reverse. With that transmitter set on its normal setting, everything should be fine. So let's take it outside where we should now have 100% of the power going forwards and just 50% in reverse. Okay, time to test it out. Have you now got 100% of the power going forwards? Oh, I think so, Richie boy. I think I may need to get some sort of wheelie bar for this thing because I have a feeling it's maybe an excess of power. Now bear in mind this is just on 4S here at the minute, and I have a feeling, yeah, power delivery is now up there with it, absolutely atomic. On 6S this thing is going to be up there with it. Truly, Jesus Christ, Rich. With a bit better steering angle on there. You want the Power RB tyres have got just so much grip on it, it is loopy. Okay, just to test it out in reverse now. Well, in reverse there, we're now not getting it wanting to wheelie, so and it is in, I'm going forwards, I want to start wheelie in the blink of an eye. So the power situation is sorted, so let me go and get two 3S lipos. Let's test this thing on 6S with the body on and the batteries very well strapped down. Okay, 6S power on board now. Definitely needs a bigger area than this to play into. Nice recovery, Rich.
point, I'm thinking I'd done something really badly to the car, which has damaged it at the back. But what it turns out to be is this part of the shock is missing on this left shock. So time to dive in the bushes there and find it. How scary, Rich. Full throttle backflip, anyone? Well, not quite the result I intended, but that's going to look fairly impressive on YouTube, Rich. Oh, you can smell the tyre smoke. Time for standing backflip test. Full throttle, around about punch level 8, I believe here. So we do. Oh, Redcat tough. This thing is just Richie Frey's just plain bonkers. Oh man. The lateral grip the Power RB tires have got is just the car will roll over rather than slide. They will give a bit of lift off the oversteer, but only when provoked. Look at that, he manages to take the body off, then put it back on again without even touching the damn car. What other channel could bring you this? On the basis of calling it a day, this is probably one of the most awesome conversions I have done. And bear in mind, the knock-on effect of this is going to be the 8S conversion in the Truxas Rally, which will be coming to a space near you very shortly.